Tottenham Hotspur in a London derby in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Two sides separated by just one place in the Women's Super League table, both enjoying improved campaigns this season. Neither team has lifted a major trophy. Tottenham came agonisingly close when they walked out at Wembley 2 years ago, only to fall short. London City, in their first year in the top flight, are showing exactly what they're about, going toe-to-toe with established sides. So, for London City tonight, 3 changes. Vasa Sangare, who scored that goal back in the starting 11 after a knock last time out. She partners with Kia Goldie for her second start of the season. Captain Ablani returns in midfield, and Sally Franzi, who started the last FA Cup game, leads the line. Alana Kennedy misses tonight as she has travelled to Australia for the Asian Cup. The Tottenham Hotspur, a 10-goal thriller for the visitors last weekend. 3 changes for Martin Ho. Claire Hunt has travelled to Australia for the Asian Cup, so does not feature, which means Polly Bartrip comes into defence, partnering with Sophie Koga, and in midfield, Matilda Vinberg replaces Amanda Nilden, and making her FA Cup debut today, the marksman once again is Katinka Tamberg, looking for her 7th goal of the season, so Bethany England is on the bench.
Number 14, Freya Godfrey. Number 15.
So I'm delighted to be joined by former Leeds forwards tonight, Lucy Ward this evening. Good evening.
Hello, Emily. I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of players here. Godfrey is one of them. I think there's exciting players on both sides, but the City being the home team will be looking to, I would suspect, attack quickly and see if they can catch Spurs off guard. But Godfrey is certainly one to watch.
Received another England international call-up to the senior squad, and for Spurs, leading the line is Katinka Tamberg.
Yeah, Tamberg, I watched her come on against Villa, did really, really well. Now they've got competition for places, and we talked about Beth England being on the bench, but Tamberg certainly has shown her quality.
So a big London derby to come in the FA Cup 5th round. A place in the quarter-final awaits in this competition. A new head coach for London City Lionesses, Edda Maestre. Got a big job to do tonight against Spurs though. And for Tottenham, Martin Ho, a rejuvenated side. He's recruited well in the January transfer window, brought in some big players, and Spurs will be looking to do one better this year and lift a major trophy for the very first time. Two sides that play brave football in South London today at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium. The referee tonight is Ryan Atkin, who took charge of London City's first win in the WSL up at Goodison Park. As the two sides just swap sides, and we get ready for the last FA Cup 5th round game this season. London City Lionesses hosting Tottenham Hotspur, and it will be Sally Franzi who will get us off and underway. Here we go then, under the lights, knockout football, a London derby to close the 5th round of the Women's FA Cup. London City, fearless in their first top-flight campaign, facing a Tottenham side defying expectations under new management this season, and a lot ahead. London City playing it back to their keeper, Lessig.
To say, Emily, I look at both of these two teams, are both probably surpassing expectations this season, so it's a really good match-up. Control has done brilliantly with Spurs, has recruited well, particularly in January, just gone to flourish the competition. But London City Lionesses, they could produce a new squad, got 15 or so players in, and then try and get that sort of cohesion. But there's some big name players out there tonight.
A little bit of a pressure on Martin Ho though, considering Tottenham got to the FA Cup final under Robert Villahan. He'll be looking to do one better.
Absolutely. I think the main thing is that the process for him, that he's making this team better, and he certainly has done that. They are doing really well, getting in near top four of the league and the teams that usually dominate.
London City temporarily win it back. They're on the attack again here. Gioro out to Godfrey. Crossed in and blocked well by Blackstad, a new signing for Tottenham in the January transfer window.
You would expect London City as the home team to start fast, and they've got the fans behind them, but I can't stress enough that it's a good matchup. You know, that yes, there's a 10-point difference between them in the WSL, and yes, both have surpassed expectations. However, both will want to get to the quarterfinals.
If London City were to win tonight, it would be a historic moment. They've never reached the quarterfinals of this competition. Got set with a long effort and blocked by Fernandez, but the offside flag goes up anyway.
I think it was Tamberg. I don't know whether Upset was having a shot, or she saw Tamberg and tried to get the ball into her path, but just ventured. It's a good spot by the assistant. It is a cross from Upset.
Simonen boots forward. Gioro doing well to keep possession.
There's so many of these players that I've commentated on in international tournaments over the years. Gioro, Guy, Flani, all in one team in London. He's done a brilliant job recruiting all these, and it's about the cohesion now, and I have to say they are doing very, very well, but her standards are pretty high. The owner of London City Lionesses, and she wants a little bit more.
Sacked the manager. Of course, Jocelyn Pressure a few months ago. Eda Maestre now in charge. A mix of experience and youth in this side. One of the exciting talents, Freya Godfrey, down the wing. Franzi. Fernandez. Goldie to Sangare. He scored the only goal of the game in their previous FA Cup round.
Good movement passing on this right hand side for London City. You can just see Spurs just trying to be as compact as possible and make sure they just try and stop any ball through that central area, force London City wide. I could hear that, fans. That is, I want one of those jackets.
That is Sassy Brass Band. What they're called.
Glittering. Is that what they're called?
Well, what the drum was, the sign on the drum was. You look good in one of those sparkly jackets. Good defending by Goldie there, back in the starting 11 today. Struggled a bit with injuries here, Goldie. She makes her second start today. Holt. Got that. Blackstad. Simonen. This time squared ball there, and London City capitalise on that.
Well, the ball shows fans a number of times you would expect at the start of the game of this importance. The opening 5 minutes has been quite competitive. No chances yet for either side.
Vic down that right hand side. Got set in midfield and some space opening up for Tottenham. Holt strikes, it's wide, but an early opportunity for Spurs.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times now Spurs have been really positive in central areas, so whether it's got set, whoever it is, get on the ball and run, sees the space and goes for it. I always want to try and get a shot from the edge of the area, but quite on target. I think he was pleased with his team start. He knows it's a difficult place to come.
task in his hands, the London City manager, with Michelle Can breathing down your neck. Holt, good opportunity this for Spurs. Holt, through and Vinberg! And an early goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Easy enough for Matilda Vinberg. London City 0, Tottenham 1.
Brilliant play. Originally from Holland, I said that they've been quite positive. Spurs, they've got bodies forward, they're trying to make those runs in behind. Exactly the start that he wanted his team to have, and just like a little bit to do as soon as he got the ball in the halfway line. Couldn't really be cleared by London City, but they're so positive. Always looking forward. It's a nice little run from Vinberg. And what about this for a ball? Just allows it. They couldn't get on the end of it. The top ball, she has to get there first. It's a finish. There early. The ball. And will get something on it. It just allows and drops into the path of Vinberg. Good start, Spurs.
Well, it's her first FA Cup goal for Matilda Vinberg. Early pressure from the visitors pays off. Again, on the attack Spurs, Vinberg.
Just needs to make sure it just doesn't run away from them in the opening minutes. Conceded a goal. Really happening on this right hand side. Threatens Spurs' goal, so we need to find the space, because there is space. Spurs are being quite aggressive with the way that they're pressing, but there is space in behind, and they have got the runners in City.
London City have lost 3 consecutive home games here. Brighton, Manchester City and Everton, all defeats in the Women's Super League.
The manager for London City, it's been a difficult start. The teams that he's had to play, all of them, they're in the cup, but he's got to come in. Hardly any room for error in the WSL. There's not as many teams in it. You easily find yourself down the bottom of the league. However, they've got some good results from London City along the way, and they're competitive with the top 3 or 4 as well, even though they haven't got the results.
Sangare tidies it up for London City. The head of Blackstad instead. Goldie pushing Godfrey forward.
Godfrey is quick. She can play either left back or forward. We've seen what she can do over the years.
Godfrey. Her first senior call-up for the England Lionesses, recently under Serena Wiegman. Fernandez. Gets possessed, and Godfrey away with it. Down to Franzi. And she'll take the corner.
She's like the Franzi. She's moving across the line, just trying to connect with Godfrey. She's there. attacking has come down this right-hand side with Godfrey. Quite clicking yet.
So an opportunity to level it up for the home side. Pattinson brings it in near post, booted away.
Terrific corner in there, just needed. Put his head on it rather than a defensive header. I was going to say, is it a mint colour? What colour is that?
Turquoise, maybe. I like mint. I'll go with mint. Advantage play, Gopset goes from the halfway line. It's wide, but that would have been some goal.
Well, she's been involved, hasn't she? She's not lacking in confidence in that central area. I recognise that she's not a powerful runner. Oh, but it's good play this thing just to get out of a little bit of trouble. Great feet. It just allows the rest to run. Saw a chance, but quite right.
Simonen wins that foul. Played every minute of the season. Simonen, an important player for Spurs today. Also a good record against London City Lionesses. 2 goals in her last 2 appearances against this club. So you might fancy her for this. Players instead to Vic. She sends a ping cross in at the back post, headed up by Fernandez.
Well, works well, just changing the angle, getting it across the Vic, and Blackstone was always ready on the far post. Always make the most of this set piece.
Micah Hermano, on loan from Chelsea, who the winner of this game will face in the next round, headed out at the near post. Fernandez. Played quickly, straight to the feet of Blackstad though. Holt, deep ball to Vinberg.
Tidy players, Spurs, impressed. Did a couple of times, but not live. And it's just confident in the touches, into the central midfield, into the forwards.
Simonen, Hermano. Gilroy goes down, Hermano picks it up. Blocked by the back of Pattinson.
Away. Oh, it's just asking the question of the referee. Hand up a little bit smaller, trying to move the ball quickly, gets in the way. Again, just gives an opportunity to get the ball into the box and cause even more problems. A little bit late.
Well, they have been fantastic this year, Spurs. 29 points on their opening 16 domestic games, their most ever at this stage. They're a dangerous side under Martin Ho. And an opportunity here to double that lead. by Summonen, all the way at the back post, skimmed the face there, and rolls out for London City throw.
Barchip, I think it was explained to the referee that she went to ground and the ball was put exactly where Barchip would have run, and she ended up on the floor just before the ball came in. I didn't think anything of it.
Barchip, another player that's back in the starting 11 today for Tottenham, captaining as well from the back line as Koga heads it forward to Gaoro though, and then the captain does do well to ease some pressure there.
See the threat that London City's got, but they're just not getting control of the ball.
Holt,
So threatening Spurs. As soon as London City are running back towards their own goal, Spurs just look stronger, but more effective with the sided passes.
They of course had that 10-goal thriller last weekend too, so they're well on form for scoring goals. 6 different goal scorers, 7 goals for Tottenham.
Martin Hill was a happy, so I'd rather score less goals and concede less goals. It's all about being defensively a little bit more sharper and stronger, and that's probably the best challenges given his skills tonight, to make sure they keep the ball out of one end and have to score 7, but as long as you win.
Amber dragged down. Referee says nothing is in that. Harris to Godfrey to Fernandez. As well, the young defender.
She was a little bit unlucky with the goal tonight. She tried to put her foot out to try and stop it and just took it into Vinberg's pass.
Would have brushed that off quick though. Trying to play in as Lani. And blocked by Blackstack. Maguy, Goldie,
switches on because the Spurs do like to trap ball side, and switches on for London City and get Harris, who's tucking in, can go a little bit wider. They always got that switch of play. Get out at the moment. Spurs pretty good. Band is amazing. I can hear the band again. They're just incredible. This is what I need when I go to football, a band in the corner. As long as it's not too close to me though, you know.
get up and dance. But still trying to press there, still trying to double their lead. Harris.
Just getting bogged down in areas of London City. Sometimes the longer pass, you know, the pass out wide to Godfrey perhaps, just release a little bit of pressure, take out a couple of the Spurs players, because they're just locking right on and get the head down of London City players, and all of a sudden they can't see a pass.
Hermano comes away with it, got set. Switch of play straight to Freya Godfrey though. We've seen her score from this range out, Summonen does well to keep that away. Harris, nice flick on. We've got Vic to get past. So, Aslani. Brings it in, punched out by Kopp. Back in. Offside flag goes up.
Then he was. And that's the thing, that, you know, we've seen the dominance of Spurs. They've had a few chances, but they only need one set piece to go right for them. And in the back in it, it's a nice little ball in there. I think he was given offside. I'm not sure who was, but it was missed anyway. I think he thought that he was going to be hit by Taylor, I think.
Left off for Spurs then. Here's Tottenham. We did do a game here, Lucy, where London City had about 12 or 13 corners just in the first half.
Was it short from him?
No, no goals from corners. No goals from London City that day at all.
Put the ball into the right area is key. I'm sure that's good. Combative. Like, winning the ball there, getting in front, and we've seen that. It's aggressive. Everything we do, trying everything to just try and stop that ball forward.
Sangare. Godfrey. Again. Fernandez, nice header through to Godfrey, and an opportunity here for them. Godfrey, and cleared off the line by Spurs. Still alive for them here as Lani cuts through the sea of yellow shirts at the back. Crossed in, and Blackstad is there.
Much better. Great link up, Fernandez and Godfrey, and she looks, it's going to come from anybody. It looks like it's going to come from Godfrey, this London City team. A little bit of space, she chooses not to shoot and gets the ball across. It just avoids the teammates in the end. She did really well to initially get herself in the way.
So another corner for them. Poppy Pattinson. Punched out by Copwell. Makes herself big. Plays back in. There's a push in there. And the referee, Ryan Atkins, says nothing is in it.
Yeah, I think that his view was a little bit obstructed. You can see Paris throw herself forward. Had a little quick look to the side. The assistant on this side is a little bit far away for her to see as well.
Koga to Cop. Blackstad.
Back into it, sort of foothold. The last couple of minutes, London City, they've been under pressure. And this is an incident where Paris felt that she was pushed. I think there's probably not much in that. Just a little bit of a nudge, but maybe not that requires that. I don't think you're going to get a penalty for that, but we'll try.
Bartrick being pushed as well there. So we play on, Tottenham leading London City by just the one goal. Matilda Wimberg with it, but London City trying to get back into this game. And Pansy giving away a foul there, doesn't help. Blackstad. Fernandez reads that well. Here's Godfrey. Bartrick fights an interception from the captain on the back line. Goldie. Fernandez. Godfrey. Nice start in.
With ease, and she Godfrey, a little nod, touch past it. Quite sad. The centre back.
Franzi stayed on. Franzi across the face. Paris booted off by Bartrip. What an opportunity for London City to get that level.
My initial thought then, Franzi could have had a shot there. She brought Paris into it. Paris was always battling. Tightly marked. She got herself free, but surely you've got to have a shot on goal there. She actually managed to do really well. Yeah, she thought that she'd just be a pass into the back of the net for Paris, but it wasn't. Really worth an effort in the first instance.
Well, Molly Bartrip hasn't played since mid-December, really, as a proper game. She did get 4 minutes last time out, but hasn't been a regular for them, and she's certainly making the most of it tonight. Some big interceptions from her. Holt. Berger's down, but Gotze keeps it alive for Spurs and wins the free kick.
Yeah, a little bit of evidence where we can see that we know that Spurs have conceded quite a lot this season. Probably a little bit stronger. See, London City getting situations where they can get back in the game, but they're still strong going forward. Spurs scoring more goals. Certainly under pressure from London City, more than the scoreline suggests.
Lesse looking to keep a clean sheet. Simonen stands over it. Hermano. Pushed in at the far post, the header down by Thunberg.
Really cleverly worked again. Every single one of the set pieces Spurs has been cleverly worked. It's not been the obvious. It's been a little pass out to the side, cross from a different position, but always ending up at that far post. Thunberg is a target, regardless of how it comes in. Moves around the edge of the box and actually defended well in the end for the City.
Well, she's looking for her 7th goal of the season today. A summer signing by Martin Ho, a Spurs fan too. And Poppy Pattinson receiving some treatment.
In that wide area, Pattinson, she could play it. Alright. She goes for, she just caught, landed on her, didn't she? Wanted to go challenge.
Well, she's received her first senior call-up to the Lionesses squad, so this would be devastating if this was to be serious. Doesn't look to be in too much pain. It's her left ankle and it's receiving some treatment. Well, TNT Sports will have 7 matches exclusively live from the UEFA Champions League knockout phase playoff second legs this week, including Real Madrid and Benfica, with the home side leading 1-0 after the first leg. And the 2026 MotoGP season is about to begin, and TNT Sports will have every round live across the year. We'll have the curtain raiser this weekend from Thailand with all sessions live, including the sprint race Saturday at 7:45 a.m. and the main MotoGP race on Sunday at 7:15 in the morning. She looks like she's alright. Hamilton's just stood ready to come on, which is good news. I think she's just caught as a late challenge as she cleared the ball, but so she wants to come back on, stay on. Bar trip. Koga. Simonen. Got set through. It's going to be won by Vic, out for a throw though, and we can see from the stats similar possession, but Spurs in control. Yeah, they're just getting the ball in good areas. Pull back forward. Vic likes to go forward. It stays intact quite a lot of the time. It's on the left side of defence, but it certainly means that they can overload in those wide areas. The ball into the box centrally, they're very strong, but still a warning. I think London City have given enough warning that they're not out of this game yet. They don't have a great record at coming from behind in games, although they did for the first time a few weeks ago against Brighton. A big win for them in the WSL. And Olivia Holt looks to be okay. Caught Holt action in that central area. What a player she has been for Spurs this season too. A goal and assist last time out. She's leading 3%. So, put some cotton wool up the nose. That's what you want. Live on TV. Goldie will get us back underway. Sangare. Fernandez, nice knock on. I think trying to control that. It's gone out for a goal kick though. Yeah, they'll have to work really hard on the left side of defence. Spurs just to cope with the movement and the intent of Godfrey on the right hand side. Very impressive. So far for her. Blackstad. Touch from Fernandez, knocked on. Get past Vinberg and a bit of a scuffle there between the two. And a first yellow card of the game, and it's going to go to Jana Fernandez for knocking the ball away. You want to see a little bit of tenacity in your team. From your full-backs, and she's got a little bit frustrated there, Jana Fernandez. A little bit of a nudge from Blackstad. I'd probably say that it was her that was fouled, which is probably why she got hold of the ball, but no card. Gives away that foul on Paris. Slowly getting themselves in the game, just causing problems down the left hand side, but Paris just
gets the body in the way, but just gives London City an opportunity to get the ball into the box. We've got a few players, 5, 12 players who can get that first contact in there.
So it's played in by Pattinson low and headed away at the first chance. Fernandez recycles, here's Godfrey again. Goldie. Upset picks up, and now Tottenham on the counter, forward to Hermano. Shirts flooding back for both sides, Hermano. And brilliant defending from Pattinson.
Yeah, she did well there, Pattinson, but I tell you what, got upset again. She makes good decisions on the ball, whether it's to run and drive with it, central midfield, or whether it's to release. That is a good decision. Hermano just getting herself in position. What a great ball. Right into her path, but Pattinson just waited and waited. Saving tackle.
Lindbergh, 2 arms in the air, swung in this time. It's gone out for a goal kick.
It's great delivery. Spurs.
Played out quickly by Lefty. Godfrey is on the end of it. Some room to move now for the young England international. Godfrey skims past. Pattinson. Delivery into the box, and Gianna Fernandez, who strikes the offside flag, goes up.
Godfrey was just going to keep going there. I mean, Bartra was working hard to get back and cover, but he thought the real forward was going to keep going. It just allowed, just holding up, just allowed Spurs to get back into shape, and she's just gone beyond, hasn't she? It was Paris.
Koga. A life injected into this game.
Good response from the home team to conceding a goal. You thought that maybe Spurs would capitalise on that, but they've just sure they'll just put their momentum into this, and they look threatening. Just want that shot on goal.
Threatening. Deoro. Pattinson, delivery into the box. Top dropped. It does regather in the end.
The goalkeeper did well, but just could run down that left side of the ball into the box. He just needs. He's only really got 2 players in there. A little bit too close to the goalkeeper, but it's positive.
One of the goalkeepers nominated for Goalkeeper of the Year at the London Football Awards. Lisa Cox had a good season, 9 clean sheets for her. Summonen, Holt, Hermano, nice play from Spurs, out to Vic on the far side. Vic with quick feet and over the bar from Sandberg.
Great positions. I mean, I watch, as soon as they get in positions like that, right full back, so Blackstad, you can see Blackstad just getting into the box there from left back, just leaving the 2 centre backs back. So as soon as they go, they all go. The Spurs.
Keuro to Fernandez, driving forward. Still with Fernandez. Aslani across the face of goal, and Paris, and it's somehow kept out by Cork. How on earth was that not the equaliser for London City? And now Tottenham on the counter.
Terrific play down the right hand side, a great little header from Paris. She's been doing it all her career, just sneaking in front of defenders and says, great play, and that could have quite easily been a foul on Godfrey then. Referee lets it go. Aslani it was with a cross. What a cross that is from Aslani. Goalkeeper does well and managed to clear over in the end, I think it was. Goalkeeper did what she could. London City as close as they possibly could get without scoring. Honourable mention to Vic as well, clearing the ball from the back post. Hamburg. Gopset. Aslani, nice flick on to find Freya Godfrey. And again, charging down this right-hand side. Godfrey goes for goal! Straight to the gloves of Lisa Cox. Yeah, Aslani did really well there. They won the ball back, and it's all about getting up the pitch. Aslani's ball into Godfrey first time was so helpful. Godfrey's got such confidence, takes it on the left foot this time, but just probably not enough power. I went to see that dog earlier and it just ignored me. So, can you take it off screen? It's lovely.
A London City fan of all kinds here at the Cobblejack Community Stadium. And we can see London City now with 2 attempts on target. For Tottenham's 1. A lot of action for Spurs in that final third and in front of London City's goal, but the 1 on target. Godfrey again at the heart of the action as Lani tries to control it. Played out, nobody is there, and now Holt darting down past all the mint shirts today. Here is Vinberg, scored the early goal. Matilda Vinberg still with it, somehow chips past and Gopset. What an opportunity for Gopset to double the lead. Well, here it is, London City 0, Tottenham 1. Our next Premier League clash here on TNT Sports sees us on the south coast as Bournemouth take on Sunderland. A win for either team could reignite a push for European football next season. And we're live from 11 AM Saturday on TNT Sports 1 and Discovery Plus. Here though, London City trying to level it up against their London rivals.
If I wanted to end up at anybody's feet, it would have been Gopset who put it over the bar. That great chance.
Never scored in the FA Cup. Gopset, January signing for Tottenham. Would have been the perfect opportunity to do so.
Brilliant. Cracking half, hasn't it? Full of competitive. And the City got themselves back into it. Still started very, very well, and it looks really even.
Bartrett. A minute to go before the added time in this first half. Koga. And Tottenham just slowing it down now, winding the clock down to half time. Took that by surprise, Vic. So 3 minutes of added time for London City to find an equaliser. Goldie, Sangare, Georo. Sandberg doing well to try and nullify the back line of London City, a Haaland-type striker for Tinker Sandberg. Kumagai, Godfrey. Weaving her way in, Deoro recycles though, Kumagai.
The look of Spurs, and they look balanced, the way that they play, the fullbacks get up and down, and the midfielders are strong, forwards quick.
Defenders doing a better job today too. Here is Godfrey though to test that, and hits the shoulder of Blackstad there to go out for a corner, which you'd think would be one of the last actions of this first half.
Chance as well. I mean, we've got some exciting players on the London City team as well. Worth an effort from Godfrey. Can we get the ball in quick enough? The referees like him, but this is a chance. Can we make a set piece work?
Delivery long this time at the far post. Kumagai heads down, Aslani with a strike, and it's gone out. And there is the half-time whistle. So at the break it is Tottenham in control. Matilda Vinberg with her first FA Cup goal early on in this game. London City coming close. Nikita Paris at the far post, trying to level it up for London City Lionesses. Not quite, but a big second half to come here at the Copperjacks Community Stadium. At the break, it's London City Lionesses 0, Tottenham 1, and we'll be with Becky and the team for all the analysis of that first half after the break.
clinical action where they had a chance where he could have a shot and didn't. I think that was Francie passed it instead, so that just has to be a little bit more clinical and be a little bit more selfish in those situations.
Well, this game has a lot more to tell in it. 45 minutes could decide it. And this time it's Spurs who get us off and underway with Koga and Bartrip. No changes from either side at the break. Vic and Hamano into Hamburg. Patterson laid down the line, looking for Nikita Paris, who's got the better of Vic for now. He gives away a foul in that challenge too.
Yeah, it was close attention from Vic, and it was just right on the edge of whether that was going to be called for a free kick. Just a little bit of strength from Nikita Paris, but certainly the area is wide is where Spurs will allow you that little bit of space, but you need to make sure they get a good ball in. Spurs need to make sure the defender crosses before they even get in, trying to stop them.
So Lisa Kopp will make sure her wall is correct. 9 clean sheets for her this season. In fact, 4 clean sheets in her last 4 FA Cup games. Lani, delivery from the captain at the far post.
Through a lot there, normally quite easily put in. I think it was Frankie in the end. It passed, but it's a great ball in.
So another opportunity. Patterson this time from a corner kick. You can see London City racking up these corners again, but nothing to show. Played short this time to Paris, and it's disappointing.
The thing is, the game's this tight that you've got to use the set pieces to the best of your ability. I think Spurs have been quite inventive. London City just allowed ball to just skip across the 6-yard box without being attacked.
Martin Ho with the advantage at the break, but still a lot of work to do for him and his Tottenham Hotspur side. Bartrip, Blackstad, Godfrey. And that band will start again after a little bit more energy in this second half. I've had a lot of sweeps at half time and bouncing around.
Yeah, perhaps they have as well. Brilliant, love that. Even got a little clip for the phone as well. Music. The outfits are the best bit about it, I say.
Long ball forward to find Francie. Nice touch from her. It's gone out for a London City throw. Left for Fernandez to take. Blackstad. Lani plays it forward. Francie flicks on to Godfrey. Skims past her marker. Freya Godfrey still alive as Lani. And now Tottenham on the counter once more. Holt. Advantage is played.
I think the referee's going to go back to the free kick. It's a great move. Holt. Quite a few shirts up with her as well, but it's got attacked by Sangari. And he's got it back for a free kick. this. Right on the edge of the area. I think it was.
So Summonen stands over the free kick. Squared to Vic. Then crossed in. And headed down by Vinberg. Still not clear, and Tamberg with a strike. Body's on the line. Kumagai's gone down. Hamano this time with a cross in, and Kumagai with a header out. Here's Holt. She's going to line up the shot, plays it to Gopset, and back out to Koga. And Tamberg, Gopset.
Block. Gary, but that was a chance. Again, another really well worked set piece. Just being right on the spot, exactly where she's needed a couple of times to ensure that it's not straight on goal, but threatened Spurs from a set piece. They do really work them well. Vinberg, I think it was, who arrived late as the ball was played across the Vic. She just ghosts into the box.
Difficult angle for Tamberg to get a strike off from that range too. But an opportunity nevertheless for Spurs.
Yeah, the game's in the balance because you can quite easily see a second goal for Spurs. You can also see London City getting themselves back into it. It's a really important phase of the game now.
Fernandez, blocked by Hull. Gopset charging onto that. Vinberg picks up the loose ball. Still with Vinberg, for the earliest chance, and again, and it's gone in! Only for the offside flag to go up. Tamberg thought she'd scored on her FA Cup debut.
That's a good run, first from Gopset and then Vinberg down the left-hand side. Great strength, 3v2, Anders is trying to get herself back, but yeah, I don't know whether it was a shot, she was just miles. I don't know whether it's going to end up in the back of the net, but an obvious offside.
Sigh of relief for London City and their fans here. Goldie.
They're committing a few more forward, London City should just leave that space to counter. A couple of times now that Spurs have been able to counter, but to get an equalising goal.
Opportunity for London City to get themselves back in this game. Islani stands over the ball, pings it in, and a header out by Tamberg. And Hamano further clears the way for a throw. Vic. Play from Vinberg, booted away by Bartrip. To Tamberg. Hamano. Blackstad. Forward to Vinberg again. Come on, guys. Being overturned quite a lot in midfield. Not quite finding the quality in the final third, really, from either of these sides of late. Here's Pattinson, though. A nice cross in. Darting runners into the box. But Tottenham do well. Gauro. Pattinson. Over the bar.
Tell you what, when you put a cross in like that, like Pattinson, you've got to look at your teammates and say, who's attacking that? Because that is just right to be attacked. Get your head on it.
So a substitution for London City Lionesses, and it's Daniel van der Donk and Tia Corrales to come on as Lani makes her way off. For Corrales, another summer signing, hasn't scored yet for the club. And the other substitution, Nikita Parris, not going to get a goal tonight. And Daniel van der Donk replaces. Of course, won the FA Cup with Arsenal back in 2016. She does have experience in this competition.
Take risks playing out from the back. What they do is they draw in with one pass from the goalkeeper and then send it long and just trying to take out a few London City players, see if they can play at the right end of the pitch.
Thunberg goes from range, as always going wide.
See what, there's a belief about this group of Spurs players. You can see that. You can tell from watching them that they've had some good results this season. There's a cohesion about them. It's so difficult when you've got a lot of players coming in, a lot of players going out, which Martin Hall's had with this group. I'd say the same about London City as well, to get cohesion quickly, but there's a lot of belief in the Spurs side.
Corrales, fresh legs for her. Just come on as a start, pinged in, and an equaliser for Daniel van der Donk. And it's the substitutes that link up to make the difference here. And just like that, London City are level.
I talked about when you put a cross in that's good, then you've got to expect your teammates to attack it. And van der Donk did not let Corrales down. The substitutes come on and show them how it's done. It's a great goal really on the left-hand side. The energy from Corrales down the left-hand side. Gets in behind, it's a nice little touch and pass in. He just puts the ball into the space in front, but what about this for a ball? Look at van der Donk arriving late, that's what she's all about. Arriving late to the box, getting the first contact, back of the net, and it just looks simple. It isn't, but you've got to attack those crosses, and that's what van der Donk did.
Well, what an important goal to score her first goal for the club, and what a time to do it.
We talked about the quality and the depth of London City Lionesses, and a whole load of players coming together for the first time this season. Really, a lot of change. But you've still got that quality. Van der Donk is a top quality player.
Corrales almost with a perfect ball to find Gauro, picks it up again though, and a strike from Fernandez! Oh my word! What a goal! Gianna Fernandez, her first goal for the club! Fantastic!
Oh, the energy, I tell you what, the energy that Corrales has brought in, it just shows, just upset the intensity, attacking that goal, but what an effort from Fernandez. I mean, she's been lively all game, she's got up and down that right-hand side, but she's got her opportunity and went for it. I tell you what, she's getting absolutely nowhere near that top. That is a brilliant effort. First touch, strike, right in the corner. What a difference these two substitutes have made. Corrales involved in both. But nothing away from that effort from Fernandez. Just got something to it, but not enough.
Well, she's featured in every single game this season at her time at London City. Never scored until today.
The first time really, in the last few minutes since the substitutes, that London City have been ruthless in front of goal. Yeah, they've done some nice pretty stuff, but not got someone who goes, hang on a minute, I'm going to put the ball in the back of the net. That's exactly what they've done and completely turned this game around.
And all of a sudden, then Tottenham has some work to do.
That's making a difference. Wow.
1 minute 27 between the two goals. Couldn't score in the first half, they've got 2 in the second. And the London City Lionesses manager, Maestre, has been given a yellow card for celebration for running onto the pitch.
He brought some kit as well. Yeah, but you've got to celebrate that. If not, be in the game, if you're not going to celebrate goals like that, that's amazing.
That, I think, is one of the best goals from Jana Fernandez I've seen all season. A fantastic strike.
Food for thought for Martin Hall, that's for sure. I mean, his team had done well, but all of a sudden there's an injection of a bit of energy, good ball into the box. That London City being clinical. Two terrific goals, I have to say. Can they recover from it, Spurs?
Well, look at the recent pressure from London City. They're upping the ante, they're upping the pressure, but Spurs with some fight now. They've got to get back into this game in the next half an hour. Vic. Hermano, crossed in, got set.
I understand why she took a touch, but that's just allowed it to be closed down. One thing you can say about this Spurs team, the resilience has changed this season. They're not as fragile as they were last season. Turn around.
Wimberg, far post. They've got it out, London City. Back in for Spurs. Tamberg with an arm in the air.
Really entertaining this game, end to end now for that second goal for London City. Then all of a sudden, Spurs are putting a little bit of pressure on themselves that was always pulling away from Hamburg, wasn't it? Good cross.
Oh, this game still could go either way. Underdonk. Ramsey. Hutchinson. Well, they're looking to reach the FA Cup quarter-final for the first time, London City. It would be a historic night for them if they were to keep this scoreline. Godfrey, pickpocketed, Bartrip, still going, Godfrey, crossed in. Straight to a yellow shirt though. No penalty, says the referee. And Hermano clears up.
Godfrey managed to just get a touch in front of Bartrip that couldn't make the most of. Spurs defending, making sure just keeping City out again.
So it looks like there's going to be a triple substitution for Tottenham here. So Bethany England will come on as super sub for them. Olivia Holt hasn't really been very vocal in this game, as she usually is. She makes her way off. And Bethany England, who will take the captain's armband. The goal scorer for Tottenham, Matilda Wimberg. Her time is up, and Amanda Nilden makes her way on. And the other substitution, the loanee from Chelsea, Micah Hamano, is off, and Lena Gunning-Williams, who scored in the previous FA Cup round, looking to make her mark today.
His team needs some fresh legs on, just spark. That happened when London City put their subs on.
Bit of a change for Tottenham, some fresh legs. Gunning-Williams got set.
Someone would have called who's going to win this season. I know the City are 2-1 up, but it does just move from one side to another.
Yeah, they're very attacking substitutions from the Spurs manager Martin Ho to England, Gunning-Williams, Hamburg all on the front line.
Urgency needs from Spurs now, they recognise that, trying to just increase the tempo.
Gunning-Williams, can she get there? Not quite. Well, look who's here. Michelle Kang, the London City Lionesses owner, is in the stands here at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium, watching on.
These are what she's seen now, and he's incredibly well, bringing this group of players together. Independent ownership means that she can make decisions very, very quickly, and we've seen that she's done.
Van der Donk again, looking for some support, smothered by yellow shirts, and out to Gunning-Williams. She kind of hesitated there, stopped, didn't want to take on the shot herself. Throw from Vic. And let's have another look at that band, shall we? Star of the show today, really. Absolutely loving it. Franzi. Gunning-Williams.
The rest in terms of the top of the bottom half of the WSL, London City. They put into the WSL with a point to prove. It's been difficult to get a group of new players together and new signings and make sure that they produce results, and they've certainly done that, and this could be the best of all of them if they can hold out.
Yeah, this would be some result for them. An historic moment for them. Last straight. A big fan of the FA Cup, he said in his pre-match press conference. Fernandez upfield, lovely work to find Godfrey. Godfrey finds the cross in, Corrales, surely! Well, Lisa Kopp, how about that?
I've just been more succinct, more determined with the ball into the box. From Godfrey, she actually managed to take a touch and just make sure, and it just allowed the goalkeeper to get herself set, and it's a good save in the end. Kopp.
Even then you'd feel maybe it wouldn't have put the game to bed, given how both these sides are playing. Too far for Gunning-Williams. Pattinson, Corrales. Koga. Hamburg offside again.
We've had a few of those Spurs missing opportunities, really spectring offside in those sort of positions. Straight play from Godfrey again on that right hand side. Really expected him to take the touch, but did well in the end. Big chance for the third.
Ramsey header on for Corrales to chase onto. Six doing well, it's still in play with Pattinson. Singari. Be a painful one for Sangari, just over the barriers there right in front of us. Trip. Summonen, some fish there by Van der Donk. England. Summonen.
Sometimes making substitutes can knock the balance off for the Spurs, but City substitutions made a really positive difference right from the off.
1 minute 23 that Danielle Van Donk had been on the pitch before she scored her first goal for the club. Fantastic.
Oh, a woman of many talents, just stood there counting. I like that.
Maybe a little voice in my ear.
Don't tell the secret.
Gunning Williams here with a chance for Tottenham to equalise. Sandberg. Getting up on it, she's frustrated with that, slaps the ground.
Gunning Williams was a great run. She set off very early and just made sure that she put the ball in the right areas here. The women was just behind, just couldn't work it, the Spurs players, and they've worked so hard. Doesn't look tired in that penalty area then.
So Goldie back to her feet. She struggled with injury this year. Had an ACL recently too. It was a little bit nerve-wracking seeing a player like that go down. She looks okay though. England, Gunning Williams is calling for it. England can't get out quick enough though. Gaoro.
Much more involved in the second half, Gaoro. Central midfield, and they were dominated London City in the first half by midfield. Working a lot harder. Three. That's made a difference as well.
Free kick there for a good free. There's one. full of confidence now, London City. Trying to see this game out. 15 minutes to go as Pattinson swings this in, header out by England. Back to Gale, and Fernandez is not going to try the shot this time. Gotsa. Cuts out by Godfrey. Godfrey goes for the cross. And Koga and Kopp.
Well there, Kopp. I tell you what, she puts the ball into the box in the second half, Godfrey. You know, talking about good play, we could have a final product. We're just putting balls in the area there that needs to be attacked. Did really well.
Well, you can see there on the dugout there's going to be a double substitution for Spurs incoming to try and sort this out for them. Vic. Kumagai. Atkinson. Van der Donk. Worth remembering for Spurs, they're without Claire Hunt today, who is travelled to Australia for the Asian Cup, a key part in the back line for them, and you wonder whether that hurt them a bit.
I think they've had a lot of dominance within the game, Spurs, and probably should needed to have scored another goal when they were on top in that first half. 1-0 probably wasn't a fair reflection of the first half, and those misses or the missed opportunities to get a second goal.
So here they come then, the substitutes. Olga Anderson makes her way on. Summanen is coming off. He's been at the heart of a lot of these chances for Spurs today. Is off. And a young substitution. Matilda Nilden, of course, the sister of Amanda Nilden, who is also on the pitch. Comes on. Blackstad is off.
Inspiration, much of a little bit of quality in that final third.
They look very similar, the Nilden sisters. Need a little bit of help identifying them.
Nilden will be alright.
Nilden. Koga.
He'll be happy for that, to just go into the left it.
Well, we've got 3 British teams in Europe League and Conference League action on Thursday. Celtic have it all to do in Germany, whilst Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace look to make home advantage count in their bids to make it through to the round of 16. Of course, that's live from 5 PM on TNT Sports. Here, London City have taken the lead in the second half. Much to the delight of their head coach, Eden Maestre. Substitutions making the difference. A bit of life and a bit of spark to this game. Koga. offset. Nice switch of play to find Gunning Williams. Can't quite control it. Pattinson takes full advantage of that with Corrales. Offset again. Vic. Koga. 10 minutes to go. And Tottenham becoming a little bit desperate now. Koga. Gunning Williams. Nilden towards the corner, a big corner for Spurs. Played in, far post, header up by Sandberg. Nothing to come of it. So substitution for London City Lionesses. Kerensky Uro makes their way off. For Julia Rodder, who turned 34 last Monday, and Freya Godfrey, who's had a fantastic impact in this game. And it's a like for like, it's a striker for a striker. Isabel Goodwin returns to the pitch. Had a bit of a goal drought, Isabel Goodwin, in recent times. Hasn't scored in 9 appearances, but of course a big player in their promotion campaign, 17 last year. Looking to maybe steal the winner here.
See the other subs come on and make a difference straight away, so the motivation for the Goodwin.
Koga. Calm in the back line. Here's England. Hansonen. Nilden. Filling with Fernandez there. Does well to keep possession and wins the corner.
Good play down the left-hand side. Nilden just to a task and managed to get the corner, make the most of it. Haven't really, Spurs at times have threatened, but it's been defended well by London City, but was just ticking away.
Swung in, long, header out by Kunagai. Vic, she's going to wide up, eyes up the shot all the way through. Not enough power on that really. And the offside flag goes up in the mist for that too.
Spotted an offside, but the ball really wasn't threatening the London City goal. Regardless, another opportunity for Spurs. Just hit a lull for them really. They can't get themselves going. I think those 2 quick fire goals really caused them an issue. They haven't really brought themselves back from there yet, Spurs.
5 minutes for Spurs to find a leveller and keep themselves in this game. Nilden. Boga. Dunning-Williams. Gets to the byline, gets the cross off, it's blocked, but it will be another corner. Delivered all the way through. Disappointing from a Spurs perspective.
Spurs players just found themselves underneath that football, but there's no far runners really.
Well, TNT Sports is also the home to the Emirates FA Cup, and we'll have every match live from the fifth round, including Wolves, Liverpool, Wrexham, Chelsea, and Mansfield's home tie with Premier League leaders Arsenal. A big game for them, that one. Arsenal still on for the quadruple, of course. Dragged down. Here is Goldie. Corrales. Pattinson. England. Vic. Handberg. Oh, well, a ball's been thrown in there by a fan, a London City fan, trying to delay the game maybe. Tactics from all over the pitch from them today. Vic. Good win. Sangare still with it.
Knocking on the door without really threatening Spurs to make something count at some point.
Looking on Martin Ho. One is in that line. How has this slipped away from them? A free kick for them here though. 1 minute of normal time to go. Just having a word with Sonny Franzi there. Antonin delivering. Disappointing.
Yeah, just a waste. You know, all the players up there just needed some sort of good ball in there.
board went up there. How long? It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes of added time. And an exciting game this afternoon, or this evening I should say. Good win. Laid in, looking for Corrales. Gunning-Williams away with it. Big pace on her. Still with it, Gunning-Williams. Fantastic run from her. Afro throw.
Good for both sides. Williams did really well. Drive the ball up the pitch, but it's good defending between the pair of them. Sangari.
And a final substitution for London City. So Sunny Franzi leading the line today will make her way off. And it's going to be a debut for Partido. Summer signing for them. Hasn't featured yet for the club. He's 20 years old. Gunning-Williams is offside. And Lucy Ward can ask for your Adobe Women's Player of the Match today.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give it to Joanna Fernandez. I mean, she was brilliant defensively, but then score an absolute screamer as well. For both sides of the game, I think she's well deserving here.
Fantastic game for her, for the 24-year-old. Set. Koga, they've got to get this up the field now, Tottenham. They've got to find something. Less than 2 minutes to go. Gunning-Williams. Koga looking for a run of a yellow shirt. Sandberg is there, headed on.
The ball girls just moved out of the way as the ball hit the advertising hoarding.
And delay as much time as possible. 30 seconds. This would be a historic moment for London City. They've come from behind. They've had a big second half. Koga. Fernandez heading it out. It's gone out for a corner, and this is big.
Well, they didn't need anything on it then. Oh, they're going to defend it well. Keeper's coming up.
Well, the keeper's on her way up. Lisa Cox. Could this be the moment? She's never scored a senior goal. Orange in the middle. Flown in. Still alive for Spurs. Headed down, England! Is that a handball? It is! He's given a handball against London City Lionesses on the line. We're over the added time. Looks to be Tia Goldie. Can you believe this?
Drama right at the end. And the ball just popped up, didn't it? Oh, hit her shoulder. Let's see it again. And I think that might have hit her shoulder. I mean, she did move around towards it. I think it might have been her shoulder. Cannot believe it.
What a moment for Lesse in goal. Tia Goldie can't believe it. Bethany England, wow. 6 goals this season, scored last time out. She's on form, Bethany England. If this goes in, this would be some story. All eyes. England! Oh, she scored it! Of course she has! And that's the whistle, so we're going to extra time. They were seconds away, London City.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Beth England would put that ball in the back of the net. Absolutely. Come from the dead. Spurs to get back into this game.
Wow. Well, so we're heading to extra time here, and at the end of 90 minutes, it's London City Lionesses 2, Tottenham 2.
This programme is proudly sponsored by Simba Cool Touch Mattress.
we're underway.
It just shows, Emily, that you just got to keep going right to the last second. I don't know whether he was going to put the ball in the back of the net there. It was Beth England, but London City Lionesses, how they now respond to being heads back. That's it. That was such a good second half. Both teams have made 5 changes each, which means it might be a little bit disruption to the balance of the teams, but we've got that extra bit of energy now.
For Bethany England, I mean, to score that penalty right at the death, that must have taken some nerve to do. And here is Gunning-Williams darting down the right-hand side. Atkinson sees it out, corner kick for Tottenham early on.
They had a lot in the set pieces that didn't really make the most of. Now it's in front of their own fans at that end.
Oh, another dog, Lucy.
Brilliant. Looks like he's got a spacesuit on. Oh, it's a little bracelet. Necklace, I mean.
Fantastic. Milden's delivery. Long, high up, headed over everyone.
Down as well there. Something on it.
On, charging down. Hop's got to clear that fast. She does.
Can't feel down about that last minute equaliser in the City. They've got to keep going like they did.
Good win though. Nice flick on. Gets the better of her mark. A good win. What a save. Almost through the legs of Cop there. She does well to get down.
Good win as well. Just got away from marker. Just managed to get it on the right foot. Keep equal to it. Did well again.
Bartrip. She's got to get out. Cop.
Throw all the subs on, it just sometimes disrupts the rhythm of the game, and they're not quite all on the same page at the back for Spurs at the moment.
Pattinson into Goodwin. Logan's defensive work clears that up pitch. England. Goldie. What will she be feeling? Lucy at the minute as Fernandez charges down, sends the cross in, out to Nilden.
I think it was instinctive to move at her arm. You know, whether it did roll down her arm, suddenly hit her shoulder, but she moved her arm towards the ball, and it's pretty obvious from a referee's point of view. She's going to get on with it. She's experienced enough.
Set. Good win. Rodar upfield to find Van der Donk. Van der Donk tries to chip. Top. Not going to work.
No, the right idea, but in terms of the execution, well, smiles, the pair of them shared. Good run, and sort of targeting that area. London City just needed a bit more on it.
England forward to Nilden. Nilden, nice pass out to her sister Amanda Nilden. Oh, great strike.
She didn't have to look there, she knew exactly where her sister was on that left-hand side. End-to-end stuff now as the game's opening up.
Rodar.
Sometimes you see extra time is stale. Nobody wants to to lose it, but both teams attacking.
Down the wing, here's Pattinson. Kluger's in front of it though. Van der Donk has gone down, clutching her knee there. That is not a good sign. Had real trouble with knee injuries over the years.
Just been caught on her ankle on the Donker's shoe. Tried to just get in front of Holger, yeah, just kicked underneath.
So there is another substitution for London City Lionesses. An extra time, and it's going to be Tia Goldie who is coming off, made that mistake late on.
She's done alright other than that. It's the only thing she'll concentrate on, I'm sure, but in terms of her overall performance, she's done really well.
And it's Marcetto, a January signing for them, made her debut last time out. Who replaces her? Sandberg. England. Gunning Williams. The cross off. Oh. The gloves of Lefty. Almost looked like it was going in. Partido. Advantage played. Marcetto. To Corrales. It's an end-to-end game this. Header in, wide.
Played on the left-hand side again. Find herself right up the pitch. Puts a good cross to the box and well reacted with it from Seto. Just couldn't get it on target.
She's only played 10 minutes in a London City shirt. Watching on from the sidelines, booked for big celebrations when they were in the lead for the first time. Side pegged back right at the last minute.
A couple of minutes before the end of full time when they were still down Martin Ho, and he looked like he accepted this might not be their night, but scrambled themselves back into the game to the best of England, and now looks like it got a bit of an edge in the first half of extra time.
Rodar, like time pass there from her, got set, looking to pick it up. Rodar there first as well. Throws it back in, straight to a yellow shirt, Gobset, Koga, and back with Kopp.
right-hand side. Some singing going on now. That's brilliant. Great songs they played today as well. Real sing-along tunes. It's a shame they're not a little bit closer to us. No, it's not a shame. That little some noise in the background is floating along is fine.
Gunning Williams again. England. Hoga. Fernandez, the Adobe Women's Player of the Match today. Fernandez, step, outstretched leg. Fernandez again. Good win.
Goodwin's a real threat. I mean, she's a powerful player. Good well defended against her there, Bartrip.
Well, there's only one place between these two sides in the WSL table. 10 points, but one place. I think you can see that tonight. It's been very level.
It's been very good. Competitive. Both teams have had their chances. They've scored good goals, but still yet to be decided who just has the edge. Who's going to go all the way.
Got that. Forward to Gunning Williams. Sangare watches it out. Big pace down that right hand side. Rodar. Pattinson. Play goes on, Tottenham still on the attack. Neilden. To weave it through the legs. Good win. Offset. Work from Antonin, but Partido is on here. Partido, nice cross in, good win. Can't get there.
Over dealt with it well. It's a real handful as the ball comes across. Couldn't get herself free.
Still with Goodwin in the penalty area. Yellow card for Sandberg for that touchdown.
She's really grown into the game, Sangare. Just marshalled that back line for London City. Now an opportunity right at the end of this first half of extra time to get themselves in front again.
So 1 minute of added time in this first half of extra time. level. Penalties to come if this scoreline remains in the second half. Pattinson, long ball in. Well, he can't believe it. Header Maestre. What has gone wrong for him today? Clutching his head.
Well, what to say about the penalty, didn't he? Didn't think it was a penalty, and it's his team progressing 90 minutes.
So half-time in extra time, and it is still level at this break. London City Lionesses 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Gosh, here we go. Still all level at the break here. Jen, what did you make of that first 15 minutes of extra time?
It's really tight. I think, you know, tired legs potentially start to show, but I haven't seen that quite yet. I think it is both a really, really physical game. Gaupset, for me, stood out the entire game, and when she's driving through the middle of the pitch for Spurs, that becomes their real threat. But credit to London City, they're the ones still pressing this game.
Yeah, how do you think the mentality from both these sides are? The fact that Tottenham stayed in it right to the very end to force this, but London City Lionesses have got to pick themselves up and go again.
Yeah, you'd have thought that Spurs would have come into this first 15 with that momentum after getting that late goal. That hasn't quite shown in the opening 15 of the extra time. So it's an interesting one. They're tired at this time. As Jen mentioned, you start to fatigue at this time of the match. So the game's still open. It's there to be won. But let's not hope for penalties back, because I don't want to be watching them. I'll have my eyes
You'll have your eyes shut, won't you? Look, Eddie Maestre is not happy. He's just sort of been speaking to the ref there about the pen. Has he got to let that go a little bit?
Oh, 100%, and I'm sure he has done by this point. I think these moments are all about rallying his team and positive body language, positive enforcement. I think London City do have had the better chances going forward towards the end. They've made the keeper work, and they just need to continue on that and stay together towards the end.
All right, the second half of this 15 minutes then, what is going to be the difference if one of these two teams can get it over the line?
I think it's difficult. It's about finding that composure in the final third and getting a clearer cut chance. There's not been anything real clear cut with the chances, but I think it's difficult. As I say, at this stage of the game, it is all about the mental side of it, and then staying in it and creating, as I say, that opening. But London City look like they're out and ready to go, so they look like they're trying to dominate in terms of the psychology part of it. They're out, look, we're ready to go.
Yeah, that's interesting. Spurs are still in the huddle there, Jen.
It shows hunger for me, and you're seeing players that are animated, ready to go. For me, I think the difference is use your subs. They're the ones that have been the key. Know when your fresh legs are, use them to the best of your ability. You've had Van de Donk come on, do very well. Goodwin as well, hasn't had a goal the past few games. Maybe this could be the night for her to take them to the next round.
A reminder that it's a place in the quarterfinals that is at stake here against Chelsea away. Second half of extra time. Picture it, Lucy Ward and Emily Herbert.
Thank you, Becky. So, as you say, yeah, a big place in the quarterfinals up for grabs tonight. 15 minutes could stand between one of these sides and that result. We saw in that break, Lucy, the Tottenham head coach Martin Ho not very happy with the referee there, having a word with him.
Yeah, I think that it's interesting what Sarah and Jen said, and it's about finding a little bit of energy, taking on board what your manager says, but by this stage you're fully concentrating on the game and you've just got to find that little bit extra in your legs.
Starting brightly, Spurs, Gunning Williams, England, got set. Hansen to recycle. Nilden to charge on the end of it, gets the cross in well, Gunning Williams, head forward, and Antonin strike.
Cross that is, it absolutely dug out of nowhere then. Nilden on that left hand side, just use the pace and then cross is incredible. Controlled by Gunning Williams, and just can't make the most of it again.
Handberg's strike, not on target again. Drop set. Nilden.
Slow down here. I think City had the better of the first half of extra time, and Spurs have started off the half particularly well, but nothing really has come from the attacks yet.
Partido down the right hand side, driving more in field. Partido. Rodar. Sangare, a lovely skip. Skip past the Tottenham skipper. Rodar gets away from her yellow marker, cuts in field, goes for the strike at the end, Rodar.
She did everything right apart from that. The choice at the end. She saw the gap and went for it, and then it's about right, who can she pick out? It's a difficult angle to score from there.
Drop set. Lovely feet from her. Too much on that though, down the other end. Patterson.
Obviously lowered. Players just don't want to make mistakes, but just a little bit of fatigue.
Nilden, lovely ball to find England. England desperately trying to weave her way through.
Good defending. Brilliant defending. Because again, last ditch, it needed something. England was bearing down on goal. Just gets the body in the way.
Vic, short to England. Wrong decision from Nilden. And London City will reset.
Not much you can do at this point now. He's sent on his substitutes. He's given a little bit of information. Straight in.
He is not happy.
Yeah. He just thought that, as we all did, that his team had won it. Spurs had other ideas.
And it's worth noting as well, this is one of 4 successive London derbies for London City. They've got Arsenal, Chelsea and West Ham coming up in the WSL. Big game. Well, I thought the ball had stayed in play there. The system has said no. And Ryan Atkin will direct Patterson back. That. Butcher play out to Bartrip. Van der Donk.
They've stretched it offside then. Goodwin doesn't get to her anyway.
Like Vic there.
Yeah, she's worked so hard in this game that I give her a little bit tired at the end. central area.
And a new player for them too, signing in January from Brad. Played under Martin Ho when he was there.
He knew exactly what she'd be able to offer his team, and it's driving forward in that central midfield area.
Fernandez, Van der Donk. Now what can City do? They've been on the back foot in this second half. Good win, good win. Oh my word.
She's going for goal then as well, good winner. Difficult to tell, they just a bit too far in front of her teammates who were making the runs into the box and took herself quite wide. I think it was a shot, wasn't it? Just needed probably pull back. A couple of players just coming in late.
Well, there is Molly Bartrip is down at the minute. Got a cramp. Maybe for her, the captain, at the start of the game. Hamburg with a header out. Fernandez to recycle. Fernandez again.
Opportunity. As soon as the ball's played in there, it's more London City. Very on the end of it. Two good balls, one with the right foot, one with the left foot from Fernandez.
Ball high in the air, headed on by Corrales, Pattinson and Gunning Williams. A good battle down that right hand side. Antonin crossed in, looking for Sandberg. Not there.
Push. Sandberg. Round of players as the substitutes have been made, but I think both teams have shown that the league have settled into the game and just cannot get that clear-cut chance.
And 5 minutes to find that clear-cut chance. Partido. Options in the box, Partido, top, arms in the air, gathers once more.
Good ball initially from Kuragawa, who's dropped back into centre back for London City, but again it's just too close to the cop.
Cop. Hamburg trying to hold up play. The red team to get back up the pitch. And now England onto that. She goes for the strike, the goal, the cross. What was that?
Just a little bit too much on it. Did have a in the middle. Williams getting herself in there.
Well, the referee has stopped play. It's a shin pad for Gunning Williams. She slots back into her top. Push on Van der Donk. The referee will stop play on that. Surely they want to take this quickly, Van der Donk. Fernandez.
They're just throwing everybody up there and putting the ball in an area.
Given away dangerously, Gunning Williams. Antonin. Drops that. Vic. Can they win this? Tottenham. England's header is all the way off, and the offside flag goes up too. 2 minutes. Vic with the band in the background once more. They've got 2 minutes to fill here. Nilden to her sister on the far side, back in with Antonin. England, good play from Tottenham here. Sandberg, Gunning Williams. Can they finish it? England! No.
Line up right at the end for either team.
Well, looks positive. Van der Donk. Rodar. Corrales shouts have hit it from across the scene, and it's wide again.
Another late run into the box from Van der Donk. Probably could have had a goal as the ball came to a clever ball, but well defended in the end. Brilliant defending. Enough to put Van der Donk off. A pained expression, isn't it?
It is, because he knows there is no added time at the end of this. So you'd think this would be the last kick of the game. And it is. And the referee blows his whistle, and we are heading to penalties. Level at full time, London City Lionesses 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2, and we're heading to penalties.
What a game we have been treated to tonight. We've gone all the way to penalties. Did that feel inevitable, Farah?
I think in the end, neither team in that 30 minutes of extra time probably didn't deserve to win the game. They didn't do enough to try and get themselves a goal to win it. I was just having that conversation with Jen. Jen wanted a winner, and I was like, I'm not sure either team deserves it in this 30 minutes. And so it's probably fair to go out on penalties, but it's also horrible to go out on penalties as a player.
Yeah, penalties, Jen, as a player.
I didn't mind them, to be fair, but I just thought they'd practice them. I didn't get to take many in my time. Hopefully that shows the quality that I had in my team and not the lack of quality I had. But no, I hope they practiced it. I'm ready for a shootout now. I'm ready. The DJ's still playing music. They're hyping. This crowd's still up. But I agree with what Farah was saying. I think extra time, neither team were really going at it. It looked like both teams looked quite content to go to penalties, if I can say that. But that's what it's come down to now, so we'll see what happens.
They're going to be pressure penalties, though, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously you don't want to be the player that misses. But it's difficult. They are pressure moments, and we know obviously Beth England, scored that late equaliser, so she'll have that pressure of having to take a penalty again against the same keeper. So yeah, there's pressure on any penalty, and even more so for a place in the quarter-final of the FA Cup, which for both teams, you know, they're probably both set their sights on that coming into this game.
Absolutely, it's Chelsea away as well, so it's an opportunity of a London derby.
And they'll know that. I have no doubt that they'll have kept one eye on the draw, knowing what happens if you get to the latter stage. That's what happens. That's what the FA Cup's all about, and both teams want to be in that, progress as far as possible. I think especially with a manager like Martin Ho that's been there, has experienced it, he'll be feeding that down to his players, and we spoke to him about that before the game. So, but they're still far off the final, let's be honest. This is about getting to the quarters.
Spurs might have a slight advantage knowing that me and Anita was down there, you know, during the week taking pens against the goalkeeper, so I think they might have a little bit of an advantage.
Teach them a thing or two.
Well,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if they were watching.
Brilliant. But will the order of penalties been set before tonight, or what do you do here? Do you put your hand up, or is it already preset?
I'm not sure it would have been set, if I'm honest. I think it depends on who's on the pitch come the end of the game, who's feeling it mentally. I think the managers I've worked with, definitely, it was very much a feel and a mentality coming into it. You know who your best ones are, but it's a put your hands up who wants them, and then if that coincides with what the manager wants, that's who'll be taking it.
I think there'll be different sets of managers will do things differently. I'm sure some managers that I've worked with, going into that extra time period, they're already putting down their list of players in order of which they want to take them to take it, and sometimes players aren't actually given the option. So I've been in teams where managers will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this order, and you know, players have to accept it, and you know, you're not going to say no if the manager tells you they want you to be one of those top 5 penalty takers. So yeah, different managers do different things, but I'm sure in that 30 minutes both managers would have been in their head, had an idea of who they wanted to take the penalties for them.
It looked like Bethany England there pointed at her chest, saying we'll go first, Tottenham Hotspur will go first.
Right pick, I'd do that. If I was captain, I'd want to take it first. I wouldn't want to be on the chasing tack. What about you, Jen?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to ask you what 1 to 5, what would you want to be? But I think
1.
Number 1.
Yeah,
get it out of the way. Get it out of the way.
Yeah. So yeah, they're heading down towards the ends. Ends have been picked. I have to say, it's towards the Spurs end, so the away fans will get the best view of this behind the goals.
Oh, if you're a London City fan, well, you're heading your way.
Heading down that.
And the best England looks like she's taking the first as well, so that's an interesting one, having took the one that took them to extra time.
Absolutely right. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Whether you're watching or watching from behind the sofa, it's gone to penalties. Place in the quarterfinals is at stake here. To take you through it, Emily Herbert and Lucy Ward.
Thank you, Becky. So here we go then. A place in the quarterfinals is up for stake for both these sides. Penalties it's come down to, and it's going to be Tottenham and Bethany England up first, who got them to this stage, scored the equaliser late on. She steps up first. England scored to set the standard for this Tottenham side.
Yeah, again, not in doubt from Beth England again. She puts it away from the goalkeeper. Such an important player. I want to make a difference in this game.
A big game player, Bethany England. Next up for London City Lionesses, the first one for them, Isabel Goodwin. And a bit of a goal drought recently, 9 appearances without a goal, but she's up first. Goodwin, back of the net,
Some power that. Goodwin, again, another player who came on and played really well for London City. No doubt about that, just power.
So 1-1. Big goal from the striker Isabel Goodwin. And it's Katinka Tamberg next up for Tottenham. She has been on some form. A big signing for them in the summer. Tamberg, easy, cool as you like.
Yeah, she's had a good game. Tamberg is involved in a lot of what Spurs did well. Much of a run-up.
fine.
Easy for the striker. And now, Lucia Corrales. Now, hasn't found the back of the net in open play. In a London City shirt. Big pressure for her. Corrales, bottom corner, brilliant penalty.
Good penalty. She's shown a lot of class. She's coming on. One of the main reasons why they went 2-1 up when they did.
Put on a lot of pace and a lot of life, but now it's Amanda Nilden's turn. Head up. As Kopp delivers the ball to her. Featured in every single game for Spurs this season. Created the most chances for them in the league too. Nilden not happy with where that ball was placed initially. Nilden. Oh, initially saved, it rolled in. Relief for Tottenham.
There's a lot of research being done into penalties about this. Taking a little bit of time to just steady yourself after the ref blows the whistle, but we've got a touch on it. Good smile now.
Poppy Pattinson up next. A lot of confidence for this young player. Received her first senior call-up to the Lionesses recently. She actually hasn't scored for 3 years. Stood up for a penalty today. Pattinson! Oh, the roof of the net, wow!
Brilliant.
Composure.
Pattinson, you said she hasn't scored, and you mentioned years. Still had in my mind that from that far out that she would have the mentality and the technique, and she certainly did.
So it's still level, 3-3. Every single player has scored their penalty. And now it's Gotset's turn. A January signing under Martin Ho. Gotset finds the back of the net again.
I think all the players have took penalties so far, players that have performed well in the games, full of confidence. Give this first best player, Gotset.
High fives all around for Signe Gotset. Brilliant player, brilliant signing, and now Julia Rodar. The only player for the club to feature in every game. And Rodar with a chance to level it up on penalties. Rodar sends the keeper the wrong way. Fantastic.
Some good penalties. Now they just get a little bit more nerve-wracking. Big ones coming up. No real mistakes yet.
So Kokoga. Has to score this really for Tottenham. Koga, rolls it in.
Yeah, too easy. Now this is big pressure. All of a sudden, he must score. Steady heads.
Well, Margot round, that's relief for the Spurs fans, and now Well, the Tottenham manager can hardly watch there on the bench.
He came on and did well in the game. Another one.
Now this is a big moment for her. This is on her debut. Partido. It's in. It's in. 5-5.
That seems to take an age. She really won't be happy with that, Cop, I suspect, because she got across and she just needed a better hand on that. Oof.
Well, can you believe it? Is this game ever going to end?
Yeah, is the question that we ask in the nicest possible way, but goalkeepers probably take the back of the net out with these, the way that they strike them.
So Martin Ho there sat down. He can't watch his own team's penalties, and it is Kopp up now. Kopp, what? Brilliant. A lot of power on that. Lisa Kopp punches the air.
So you usually find with goalkeepers that their technique is excellent. They spend most of the day probably doing that with the other goalkeepers, no doubt. So, big play for a big penalty now.
Next up is Taki Kumagai. A lot of experience behind her. And Kumagai, long runner. Oh, hits the post, it's gone in. Wow. Smiles as she runs back.
Yeah, she knows. Big sigh of relief. Happy with that. Bless her. She thought the worst as it hit the post.
Very relieved.
Love that.
Olga Antonin then. The next one up for Spurs.
Oh, at the players who didn't really want to step up in the first 5. That's what you get to now.
Antonin. Again, it's easy. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Pretty good. On the spot. So now with a substitute. The team's been changed, hasn't it, during the game?
Yeah, just a second appearance. Marsetto in a London City shirt, and now Kopp now taking her time. Trying the mind game in the London City head as Marsetto places this down. Every single player has scored their penalty so far. Marsetto! It's in!
Oh, Kopp got into Marsetto's head, but she wasn't having it. She was mentally tough enough to get something on it. A couple of times now she could have kept the penalty out.
So penalty number 8, and there goes Martin Ho to sit back down because he cannot watch his side take these penalties. Gunning Williams scored in their last FA Cup fixture. She's up for a penalty today. Gunning Williams under, let's say, into the back of the net.
Sneaks in, doesn't it? They all count. Had enough power, didn't it?
Well, this is our Adobe Women's Player of the Match, Jana Fernandez.
It's been a kiss of death from me. Hope not.
Well, a fantastic goal to her name today to put them into the lead in the second half. The manager, Maestro, watches on. Here we go. Fernandez. Pop didn't even move.
Brilliant. Cool and calm. Couple of steps and strike solid into the back of the net. He could be going round again here.
I'm getting flashbacks to that Grimsby.
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
So Vic here for Tottenham. Penalty number 9. Vic, good pen, celebrates with her side.
Getting a little bit of needle between the two sets of players, which you don't often see. Pressure on. Good strike through, straight through the ball, the pace of the...
The Tottenham fans enjoying themselves in South London, and it's Sangare next up for London City. Scored her first goal of the club for the club in the last FA Cup game. Sangare steps up. Oh, it's saved! It's saved, and Tottenham win it. Spurs take another step closer to Wembley. Well, they came here with one job to do, and at the death, they've done it. A fantastic game. Celebrations all round for Lisa Cox. And what a fantastic game. 2-2 at the end of full time, and a miss from Sangare to seal the win for Tottenham. It's finished here. London City Lionesses 2, Spurs 2, and Tottenham through on penalties.
It always feels cruel that somebody has to miss for somebody else to go through, but what a top quality penalty shootout we were just witnessing.
Honestly, quality doesn't even sum up. I thought it was brilliant. They've clearly been working on them, absolutely. I thought they made it really, really difficult for the goalkeepers. I thought there was enough pace, precision on so many of those, and to go to 9-8 just goes to show the quality across the board there.
Spurs manager Martino, I know he's your friend Farrell, he couldn't watch his own team take the penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what kind of state I'd be in as a manager watching my team take penalties. As you say, it's not a nice way to go out of the competition, but one team has to be the loser on the night. It is very difficult, and I think I would have been like Martin. I'd have probably been hiding behind my staff too if I was in charge. So yeah, I totally get it. As a fan, it's a little bit easier to watch, but as a manager, when there's so much on the line, I think it's a lot more difficult.
It's been a real roller coaster of emotion tonight as well for Spurs. Taking the lead, they went behind, they kept fighting, they got that penalty in the last minute. Bethany England put it away, and then in the end, they've ended out with the result, Jen.
Just goes to show how much football has been played tonight, not just across 90 minutes, extra time, but penalties as well. I think the momentum has swung and shifted between both sides, but credit to both teams. I think both put up a brilliant fight, and ultimately it came down to penalty kicks because it was so close.
Yeah, London City Lionesses look gutted there in the middle of the pitch, but I think somewhere out in the middle of the pitch, Liam McDevitt is there. Liam, where are you? Who are you speaking to?
I'm in the middle of the Tottenham Hotspur celebrations, Beth. You've been involved in so many great FA Cup nights. 8-9 on penalties. It's a good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was pretty even, to be fair. I think lots of chances on both sides. There was a lot of tackles flying, and it was always going to be a bit feisty. I mean, I was hoping the penalties weren't going for a second round. I think I'd have ended up having a third one of the night, but Hero here, she did her job, she stood tall, she did a great job, and the girls that stepped up and took a penalty, as well as fought back and had the resilience in the game to come back towards the end, is really great.
Had to face so many penalties, tried everything, and in the end, great save.
Yeah, I was really happy. I think I was already close for 3 times, so I felt like it was coming, that I was going to save one, and eventually that you can help the team in that kind of way. I'm really happy, and I think as a team we worked so well in the game, and like Beth taking a penalty at the end of the game, like with the pressure she did great, and everyone worked really hard. Also the staff, how they supported us, everyone, it's been great.
Big congratulations, and Beth, I'm sure you've seen, but Chelsea up next in the next round.
Of course it is. Hey, bring it on, bring it on. This is we're having a good season. We took it to them last time. We'll take it next time.
Well, huge congratulations. You've got to enjoy a team in the celebration.
Well, yeah, it's a London derby in the quarter-finals. Spurs against Chelsea. There we go, concluded here. There's plenty more football on the way this week.
including the second legs of the UEFA Champions League, Europa League and the Conference League knockout playoffs, including 3 of the British teams in action on Thursday. Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace and Celtic will all be there. So do make sure that you check out that. And that's not all. TNT Sports is also the home of the Emirates FA Cup. We'll have every match from the 5th round live for you from the 6th to the 9th of March. That includes Wolves, Liverpool, Wrexham, Chelsea and Mansfield Town's home tie with Premier League leaders Arsenal. After an incredible penalty shootout tonight. After an incredible penalty shootout, unfortunately there has to be one person that carries the weight of that. Sangara was saved by Lisa Cox. So it's Spurs that march on to the quarter-finals.
This programme
you.